personally, I like my Negroni more gin heavy than like vermouth heavy because I.
Me too. What are we talking to a stewardess right now? Yeah. Don't worry, they're gonna be gin heavy.
Hey, something's burning, something's burning, something's burning.
Today's Something's Burning. We are with my trainer for probably the past year and a half.
Yeah, a year and a half.
And her roommate, also one I am the biggest fan of, and I DM'd her 3 years ago.
I'm sorry.
3 years ago.
I'm sorry.
Horrible.
Chef Antonia Lofaso, Lacie Mackey, and so but they're roommates, and so we now know Antonia because we watch Yellowstone with her. We went to Steely Dan together. Mm-hmm. So and I hear about all your adventures.
Yeah.
About all the
talk about all of our idiocy all the time.
I know, I'm actually worried about that because she has like all the goods on me.
I got dirt.
And I know that like
she has all the goods on everybody.
I know.
Can you just run through a list of people you've trained? Are you allowed to do that? Or do you
there's
have
one
an
that I have to be careful with that because there's a lot of NDAs.
Yeah, but your list of people who you've trained
are pretty epic.
is like
top of Hollywood.
It is like Top Gun, big.
Ish.
Like, like I mean, like a legendary universe, far, far away, big. Yeah. Like it is really like you're and me.
Yeah. Marvel, Lucasfilm.
I always wonder if when you talk to those real famous people, because you'll bring up like someone.
Luke, I am your father.
You'll bring someone like up, like right,
yeah.
and then
I can play this game all day.
We just get these clues.
And you'll be like, "Oh, Bert's so funny." Did I tell you this?
Bring you up.
For real?
Yeah.
And do they know who I am?
Yeah, they're like, I saw that
favorite.
special. One of them, who I can't mention, was like, I got really into watching his specials on Netflix. He's the guy with no shirt. I'm like,
yeah. And then you're like, well, you're not gonna make him skinny, are you? And you're like, I can't. The best Lacie story is when the stunts coordinator from the machine had a call with her, and he was like, no, he was like, what kind of training are you doing with him? Because we don't want him to get like skinny.
They were so worried about that, and they would see your workouts online and send me messages like, we just want to make sure that you're not overtraining to the point where he's going to lose a ton of weight. He needs to have a belly for this.
And you said...
And I said, don't worry. And I'd send him the follow-up video that they weren't looking at, which was breakfast pasta.
I fell in love. Which brings me here today with you. This is a great segue. My favorite pasta in the world is carbonara. And I got into a real bad place with it.
It was
like,
a dark
as people
place.
do.
I feel like it was like every day for weeks.
It was definitely every morning.
You'd walk in the gym and be like, oh, sorry, I just had breakfast pasta.
I would have pasta carbonara, and then I would put it in a pan, and then I'd crack an egg in the center. I'd go double egg, and then cover it with cheese. I'd do like 4 eggs at times, and I would eat so much in the mornings, and I was like, and we were working out like crazy, so I wasn't losing weight because I was at a huge pasta calorie intake.
We're gaining a lot of strength.
I was gonna say those are like gains. That's what
that's strength gains.
Yeah, I'm trying to lose weight right now because have I told you about my blood work? But
have you mentioned your blood work?
Dude, what's your inflammation number that you're so?
My inflammation numbers, dude.
What's the number?
1 to 10. So what was?
It was like 11, I think.
No.
They're like, you're pretty inflamed.
I was like,
no.
I need to go to the hospital right now.
No, it's called. I forget what it's called, but I don't know. This is the same doctor that told me, whatever you do, don't work out.
Yeah.
Who?
Well, he was meeting me for the first time. He hadn't read my blood work, and he was like just looking at me. He's like, how much do you drink? And you can't lie to a doctor.
Right.
He's gonna get the real number in a little bit. So I tell him, and then I tell him about what I do and my lifestyle.
Wait, your blood work will tell you how much you're drinking?
Yeah, it's your liver enzymes.
Right.
Yeah, it's a AST.
She's like, wait, what?
I'm like, it like spits out a little number.
It's like 2 cocktails a day.
You just don't want, you just want to be able to bring it back into the normal, because once you're back in the normal, everything can repair itself.
Right.
So I'm
Glutathione.
Don't get me started. By the way,
I'm just throw out words.
Is this what the coastal elites do?
Yes.
Is this what coastal elites do? But here's the thing. Yeah. I think my fans, the people watching this right now, the dudes that are like, get to the fucking pasta.
Right.
I guarantee you that they are like, I would love to repair my liver.
Yeah.
I want to do that too.
I want to make a business. All based on recovery, not the going to rehab stuff, but like the like ice baths, saunas, glutathione, IVs, like all the shit that I am so in love with.
Yeah.
Like we don't go on the road and fully loaded. We didn't go on the road once and not do an IV.
Yeah.
And when we're on tour, we always schedule. I love IVs, and there's nothing better than a good
A really good
IV
IV
nurse.
person.
Armina, Dr. Greg,
Yeah.
those
She knows
guys.
Dr.
I know
Greg
Dr.
too.
Greg.
He slides in
Yeah,
you
yeah,
like
yeah.
Bill Cosby. He is so good. You don't even know he's in. You're like, he's like, I'm in. You're like, shut up.
I've actually never had Greg, and now I want to meet him. So
Yeah.
there's
Oh,
that.
he is
It's gonna
fucking
be
awesome.
on.
So wait, okay, I should probably do real questions, but because you look fantastic and
Thank
you've
you.
lost a bunch of weight.
Yeah.
But how do you do that being a restaurateur? I should probably tell everyone what you do.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
Antonia has Scopa, Black Liquor Market,
Yeah.
and Mama or something? Or
Yeah.
What's
Dama.
the other one?
No, no,
Dama.
Close.
Dama.
Yeah,
That was
Scopa,
good.
Dama, and Black Market.
And
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you've been on Guys Grocery Games.
Yeah, so I started on Top Chef like
Okay.
100 years ago. I started cooking competitively 15 years ago. And then I moved over to Food Network and I did Cutthroat Kitchen with Alton Brown. And then Guys Grocery Games with Guy Fieri. and then-
Guys Grocery Games is so addictive. You know I was
It
on
is.
that, right?
Were you?
Yeah, I was on it. I won.
Stop.
Yeah, I won.
I'm so mad that I
Yeah.
wasn't there.
I was with the blonde chick, like the cute little.
Damaris.
Damaris.
I call her like Damaris Storburn, like Mother of Dragons.
Yeah.
yeah.
Damaris.
She's amazing. She's amazing. I
Yeah,
actually love
she was great. I made. But I can fucking cook.
Yeah.
So I was a little bit of a ringer.
Wait, you won?
Yeah, I won.
Oh, good. Who'd you beat?
It was just comedians. So I
Okay.
beat comedians, and then I gave.
But they were partnered with a chef.
with a real chef.
Yeah. For
And
safety.
It was. But my only stresses are like when you get down to that time crunch. Like,
Yeah.
How do you handle that?
So I work backwards. Okay, so I work backwards. So if we have 30 minutes, I know that it's going to take me at least 5 minutes to plate. So I pull that right off the top, and then whatever it takes to actually like shop for whatever it is. So then I know that my true cooking time is like 12 to 17 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, so I work backwards.
Speaking of which, I should probably start with the dessert and work backwards.
Smart.
Because
Takes more time.
are you guys on a time crunch? Hour and a half? Are we good here?
Yeah,
Okay,
we're
good.
good.
Cocktail with tequila, just to lighten us up,
yeah,
just
yeah.
to talk,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
I know it's always good. Let's try making what is it called?
Negroni.
Negroni.
Negroni. Let's try to make a Negroni with tequila. So what goes into a Negroni? By the way, this is Martini and Rossi, Asti Spumant? No.
Yeah, no, it's not. No, it's
This is-
vermouth.
This is vermouth. Well, this is one. So one day,
Campari.
so do you remember when we were kids?
Spritz?
Do you remember? Okay, I've tried Campari spritzers. They're not enjoyable.
Okay, so they're an acquired taste.
It tastes like you're sucking
It's
the
medicinal.
Earth's dick.
It's
Okay.
medicinal. It's medicinal.
I do know a lot of men that feel the same way
Yeah.
that you do. So I think that there's a strong anise, like licorice flavor to it, very medicinal. It's got like but do you like Negronis?
I've never had a Negroni.
Oh.
Maybe I should make a traditional Negroni for me. Or would a tequila Negroni, is it
No,
without
let's do traditional Negroni. Grab
Yeah.
the gin.
Okay.
If you're gonna do it.
The gin actually gives it a like.
Do you have all
Christmas
these
flavor.
recipes in your head?
Yeah.
I do, and I would
Yes,
just
she
like to
does.
say something. Personally, I like my Negroni more gin heavy than like vermouth heavy because I.
Me too. What are we talking to a stewardess right now? Yeah, don't worry. They're going to be gin heavy. I'm not a flight attendant who's going to be like, I make them the way I make them.
Well, I mean, some artists, they just don't want their like product
You
to
should
be
see her
touched.
ordering these in Rome, where it's
Really?
just like,
What
we
kind of
need
glass?
more gin.
What kind
The short rock.
of short?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you have like a cube,
A cube?
like a large cube. Okay.
Ice cube.
We got-
Ice cube.
Yeah.
So wait, you have all these recipes in your head?
For liquor?
For everything?
For everything. Yes, she does. She also doesn't really have the recipe.
Yes.
She just has the like
Roundabout.
Oh, I know what it looks like, and so when she tries to teach you how to cook, you're like
Through emotion and
so how
feeling.
many? I'm like trying to take notes, and she's like, well, this is about right. And then it's cooking. We're making salmon, and she's like, I'll know when it's ready. I'm like, well, but how much
That's-
time?
well,
And she's like, no, I'll smell it.
No, tell him like I
Oh, she
will
can
actually
it.
smell
She'll
things.
be in the bathtub. I'm making sweet potatoes, and she'll yell, "Sweet potatoes are done!" And I'm like, "How do you know?" And she's like, "I can smell it. There's no even a smell yet."
Food is intuitive. I don't care what anybody says.
For
it's
most people.
It is for everyone who chooses to then learn the craft. It is. And so when I teach people how to cook, I can give you a recipe, but a recipe is just like a suggestion as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
Everything that you look on, like the operation behind it is what is the practice. And when you're practicing the operations of roasting a chicken that goes into baking salmon, they all move into each other. So when you learn sort of that intuitive cooking, whether it's roasting meats, whether it's like cooking vegetables, making vinaigrettes, whatever it is, you start to get just a feeling for it. And
Right.
so I'd rather teach someone the feeling than teach like how to cook 101 for dummies, right? Because you never know where you're going to be. So people tell me all the time, they're like, what about my oven? I was like, I can talk about your oven all day. When was the last time it was calibrated? All ovens have like their own emotion like thing happening where it's like hotter in one part than hotter in the other, and you need to know where to move it and how to turn it and all these other things. Yeah. And so like going in there and being like a detective of your equipment, looking at the ingredients and like building it out is something that you learn how to do over time, like through intuition and through like care of it, versus like the thermometer is going to tell you every single time.
It's kind of crazy when you think about professions, and chef is the only profession that everyone else does also.
Right.
Like not everyone is also a lawyer on the side. Like stripper, not everyone has that ability. So how heavy do we talking?
Okay, so from what I remember from memory / drinking a lot of them is it's like equal parts. Can I help you?
Yep, I can't see anything.
And so it's equal parts rum to vermouth, I think, or it's like 2 to 1 or something like that. I think it's 2 parts.
But we're going heavy on gin.
Yeah, I would just eyeball it.
Yeah.
More gin. You don't like the Campari.
No, I like Campari. I would like to try it. I would like to like Campari.
Oh, you'd like to like Campari.
I remember Campari on ice. Oh, so nice.
Campari.
And then Steve Zissou, in that movie, Steve Zissou, he would have, I'll take another Campari. And I was like, I'm going to start getting Camparis. And I got it, and it looks like Kool-Aid. It looks so fucking good.
It looks like Shirley Temple.
Then you taste it, and you're like,
yeah, it's like licorice.
What the fuck is this?
So when we were in Italy, we were doing the Campari Spritz.
Campari Spritz.
It's 111, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So it's Campari Spritz, but then I would add gin to it, and that's what would get us in trouble.
And that's what got us
gin.
in trouble.
I'm a different. Oh God, gin.
More gin?
No. I'm just talking about who I am on gin.
Yeah.
But that one's.
We're going to London soon, and we made an agreement that gin would be our drink there because we
One.
won't have good tequila.
Yeah, but I
Okay, my bad.
yes,
That's a nonverbal cue from Antonia.
And then.
And then the Camparis. No good. Yeah, I would go more Campari.
Yeah.
And then you should stir it.
Yeah,
And then if you have an orange,
I do have an orange, and I have a tangerine.
Yeah, so the peel of that would be the garnish.
What do we do? Just,
Yeah,
I'm
or
not
like
doing
that.
this right.
Do you have a, yeah, sure.
And then
Do you have a peel? Yeah, or yeah, just throw that.
Just
in
go.
there. Yep. Nice.
That looks really good.
That looks great.
Yeah.
It is. Like if you right.
That'll be mine.
Other way. Flip
There.
it. Flip it around. Yeah.
It looks like a tongue. Oh, there you go.
All right.
Okay. And then I'll just
Stir it around.
there's a lot.
Whoa.
There's a lot.
That's a lot going on in there.
There's a lot of gin in there.
That's a fucking aggressive. So what is this? A breakfast drink?
This is what we would.
Did I make it right? Because it feels to me like.
That's right.
This is perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect.
This is actually perfect.
Really?
This is exactly how I like
So
them.
this is a drink that you want.
Exactly how I like them.
It's a good drink from just tasting it, just because I probably couldn't start guzzling it.
Well, that's good.
Well, this is the problem with Negroni.
They're sneaky.
So I find
They're
Negroni
sneaky.
as an aperitif. Like I would drink
Ooh.
this. Yeah.
Like before you eat.
I drink this before I eat in Italy.
It's perfect.
Right.
It's a digestive. Good for your
It's
digestion.
prepping your. Basically, what this is doing right now is prepping our stomach.
Really?
Yeah, because so the Amaro that's in it, which is the Campari.
Right now, everyone watching this goes, man, so Something's Burning would be really interesting if you had a chef and not Bert. This is why they have chefs on a cooking show and not comedians who can't cook.
But I actually never get cooked for. So I'm
Really?
actually very excited about this. People are usually petrified to have me over and to like cook for me or even talk about food.
For real?
And so I'm like actually very excited.
She's so excited.
I'm very excited.
She like cries when someone cooks
Well,
for her.
I do. Someone could make me toast and I'd be like, look at that pot.
These pots. Oh, I'm gonna go with real pots.
I'm
These-
scared to cook in our kitchen.
I would. People do not
very
have a
strong.
problem. It's very strong, right?
No, but it's delicious.
I don't have a problem cooking for people. I love cooking for people. We're gonna start with these oatmeal peanut butter Italian dessert cookies. I didn't know oatmeal was big in Italy. I'm sure it is. Everything's big in Italy. They're just people, right?
They're just people
Just
too.
I know. I'm not wearing a belt. My pants are falling down.
So skinny.
My fly is not down.
You're so skinny.
I've got.
This is
exactly what
Don't
we-
drink that all at
Yeah,
once.
this over there.
Don't drink that all at once.
This is
I'm gonna be like, and
We're
now
putting
it's
in
time for breath work.
butter. We gotta melt butter. 1 full stick of butter. You like what I do? I just look past it, see if Stacey's
sure
nodding
it's
her head.
Oh, I was like,
Yeah.
who are you taking these cues from?
Yeah.
1 full stick of butter. Do you wash your hands before you cook? I'm more an after I cook kind of guy.
I mean, if you really want to get into it, as long as it's something that's going in the oven, it's going to kill anything that that touched it. So
That's how
I feel totally safe in this kitchen.
I am a little OCD about chicken.
Interesting. Just chicken?
Just chicken. Like just chicken. Like I'm not. Once I start touching chicken, I'm hyper aware I'm touching chicken, and I wash my hands after everything. I'm like,
That's actually good.
That's good.
That's fair.
Have you seen any of the videos of like all these people who are on these carnivore diets who are eating like raw chickens
chicken?
whole?
No.
You don't want to see it. You don't want to see it.
We'll show you later.
Oh, what's the Liver King? Do you know that guy?
Yes.
What's he doing? I've got this really
I
hot.
think that I don't know that he does that, but.
No, but he's eating like liver.
raw liver.
He's
Right.
raw
So
liver.
he eats like raw pieces of liver.
No, we have someone that we know that actually went this far and like has videos of himself taking a whole rotisserie chicken.
First off, he looks amazing.
Yeah.
He's got long hair that's
And
been
he's
oiled,
just
and
like-
he's very, very strong and muscular, and looks great without a
eats
top on.
raw chicken.
And all he does is eat raw chicken. Like we'll sit there,
I
bones
can't
and
watch
all.
it. I can't watch it.
I could see myself getting there.
No, don't do that.
Just
Ever.
Let's not go that route.
Maybe we'll have him on Something's Burning and just eat raw chicken, and the internet will be like, "What the fuck's wrong with this guy?"
Everyone dies of salmonella.
Wait,
Hey-
so are you doing the cookie like you're just mixing everything into a bowl? It's like not going into like a mixer?
No mixer, just hand. I'm old school, you know.
Totally.
It goes butter, milk, sugar, cocoa, and then we stir that all together. Then we throw in half a cup of peanut butter. Would you use a measuring cup, or you just look at it by eye?
So people make fun of me. I can eye a lot of ingredients and have them be pretty good. But when it comes to baking,
You got to be pretty.
you kind of have to.
Yeah, fuck.
Peanut butter is one of those hard ingredients. So like it gets into the measuring cup and then it sticks everywhere.
in
So
the
it's like,
measuring
is it a half a cup? I don't really know.
And then we throw in the peanut butter. Then we throw in the oats and that's it. Then we
that
throw in the oats
coconut
and the
flour?
peanut. What? Oh, vanilla extract. Yeah, that's half a cup of peanut butter.
And that's
not-
coconut flour?
And that's cheese.
Oh.
Yeah,
oh,
that's cheese.
Don't put that in there.
Yeah.
Cookies.
And then we're gonna throw in that and the vanilla paste, and then we put it on wax paper in here, throw it in the fridge, and let it set. Then I go in for the carbonara. Why is carbonara? Why they call it the Roman dish?
Yeah, so the carbonara, I feel like a geek every time I go like into the history
this
of
is
the
the
carbonara.
shit I fucking love.
So the carbonara is a Roman dish, and there is a series of pastas that make up sort of like the Roman, and it's not trilogy because I think there's like 4 or 5 of them, right? So it starts with the cacio e pepe.
What's cacio e pepe?
So cacio e pepe is like black pepper and pecorino. I feel like
Black
you had it
pepper.
at Scopa. And so that's like the
Oh, I
base-
did.
Definitely
And
have
so black pepper and pecorino. So it's the pecorino cheese, which is a sheep's milk, hard Italian cheese, super salty and funky.
Is it a specific noodle?
You can argue it should be bucatini, but really
Bucatini. Everyone says bucatini,
Yeah.
but I just said spaghetti.
But my whole thing is to like, I can make an argument for cacio pretty much on anything. Then it goes from the cacio to technically greca, which would be at the addition of still black pepper, pecorino, but now the addition of guanciale, which is the jowl of the pig cured.
It's a little fatter than bacon.
Fattier, and I also think a little funkier. Like I think there's like a funk to it, you know.
Yeah.
Whereas like you can use bacon, but like guanciale is like funk.
Got it. Flavor.
Then you move to the carbonara. So this is like a series of progression of pastas that you find all over Rome that are like the basis of pastas. So it goes from, now you have greca, then it goes into carbonara, which is essentially, again, black pepper, pecorino, the guanciale, but now comes in your beloved egg.
Oh.
And so it's the use of the egg yolk in a bowl that you mix with a ton of pecorino, and you beat it almost into this paste. Then you add the fat from the guanciale, you mix it all together, and you fin in a little bit of that hot pasta water that you're going to cook your pasta water in.
I always forget to reserve that.
Yeah, and so there's a part to it where that hot water then cooks the egg yolk, but do we really need to cook an egg yolk kind of a thing?
Yeah,
And-
it's funny. That looks like fucking. Nope.
And then it goes from the carbonara
perfect.
to the hardest pasta, I think, to pronounce, which is a matriciana, which is essentially everything that I just said minus the egg yolk plus tomato sauce.
Oh wow.
And that's like the finale of the thing. So you're making like basically the third one on the list. That anywhere in Rome, there'd be like, oh, the carbonara.
Okay, I get made fun of by my wife when I tell. Like, I can tell you like 3 of my favorite cheeseburgers I've ever had in my life.
Okay.
I can tell you when I learned to poach eggs and the time I woke up my roommate because I was poaching a dozen eggs at fucking 3 in the morning. Like there are meals that stand out in my head consistently. Breakfast burrito I've ever had on a boat, right? I swam with a great white shark that day.
Really?
And I think more about that breakfast burrito than I do that great white shark.
So most artists, and I find this like in every like facet I've been in, whether it's been like musicians, whether it's been actual like painter, you know, like that kind of artistry, what you do is 100% artistry. There's a love of all of it. Like I think food is the sort of common denominator amongst a lot of those groups of people.
Yeah.
So it does make sense to me. It makes so much sense to me. And I love when I find like other food people. Like it freaks me out when someone's just like, yeah, I'm not really into food. I'm like, I can't trust you.
Right.
I'm not into food. What the fuck?
But I've heard people say that.
What are you, a cop?
So we have a friend, Lacie, who makes every single year, she talks about like, this is the year of, right? And so
There's some food element for
yeah,
that
so
year.
for one whole year we ate nachos in every restaurant. If there were
I
nachos on
fucking
menu,
need to befriend Lacie.
Yeah, you would love Lacie.
She's like
These
human
aren't
garbage
coming
disposal.
out as artistically as I
These
envisioned
ones seem to
them.
be thicker on
Very
this side.
avant.
You're a little heavy-handed on that side.
Well, I think that's the beauty of my artistry, is
Yeah.
it kind of looks like a shit.
Is this a no-bake cookie?
It's a no-bake cookie.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Okay, and so here's the thing. So I
a
then
bar.
proposed that the oatmeal
that was
cookie
2020.
should, for 2020,
Yeah.
but then obviously we know what happened. But
We
was
made it happen.
everywhere I went,
Everywhere
yeah.
you went, you were like, oh,
Everyone was
cookie.
very upset with me about it, though. They were like, I can't believe that you're gonna put all this emphasis on an oatmeal cookie, and
Who
I was
was
like,
upset?
the
I
world,
upset?
no, people on
Fans,
Instagram.
they were
Yeah.
like, oatmeal cookie? For real? Here's what the beauty about this cookie is. You can kind of form it.
into
Make it look. Well, I
Whatever
gotta
you
split
want.
these two. I can make them
This
look.
is your artistry right here.
Yeah, this is my
like
artistry.
your paintbrush. You're making
Do you have a
bar.
blast chiller? Just kidding.
By the way, they have a blast chiller on Guys Grocery Games.
I know.
And they have a guy, but it's so fucking funny
yeah.
you said that. And
I was like, just pour some liquid nitrogen over the top. And they're like,
Really
freeze
quick.
perfectly.
they're like, let us know if you need the blast chiller. It's going to take a minute to get all ready. And I was like,
Next time she's on, you guys are gonna need a blast chiller.
Guy was, hey, let's talk
the
about
wings.
Guy Fieri for a second.
Oh, I
How
love that you
fucking-
said his name right. He
Yeah,
did
well,
say
yeah,
that,
of course.
yeah.
He's my friend.
Yeah,
he's my
amazing.
friend. Like,
Yeah.
that's like, so his son,
Hunter?
yeah, was a fan of mine. And during the pandemic, we reached out to Guy and we're like, yo, we'd love to have you on the podcast. And so he gets the request and he's like, yeah, I'm really busy. And his son's like, whoa, it's the machine. Dad, you gotta see this video. Plays the video for his dad, and Guy's like, fuck yeah. We're both ATOs, right? So we're fraternity brothers.
Wait, what's
technically.
ATO?
It's a fraternity.
Fraternity.
And so, but we're not really active anymore. We're pretty busy.
We're not actually in
seriously.
college anymore,
Yeah, we're not in
so.
college anymore. These actually look pretty
They look
good.
great.
Yeah, they look
That
great.
was like
They're
a bar
shipping
now.
up pretty nice.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
All right, we're gonna throw these
Put
in
in
the
the blast
fridge.
chiller.
You want me to put them in the freezer?
Yeah, sure. Oh, where? Oh, in our house. Well, huh? Yeah, secret time, guys. We're at my house. But Guy is he's such a cool dude. And my favorite thing was, I met him a long time ago. I used to work on Travel Channel. Have I told you that fucking story? and so yeah, I have a bunch. But Guy was a cool dude to be around. Him and Bobby Flay were like my two dudes that
Yeah.
were nice, very nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know Guy, but
Yeah.
just being around him, he had all great energy. And you would notice he would get shit on by like the New York Times or something. A ton. But he was a good guy.
He is one of my very close friends. Like vacation with his family, like salt to the earth. Like I've been working with him so much over the last 5 years, and we are like brother and sister.
Yeah.
And it's insane to me that the world views him as this sort of less than when it comes to like cooking, and the New York Times like tearing apart. He's one of the biggest philanthropists I've ever met. Like during COVID, raised over $25 million for restaurant workers. Yeah. Then on top of it, like every single time you're with him, it's like, you know, people coming in, like Make-A-Wish, at every single shoot, answering fans that are in need. We have a friend right now who just was like in a boating accident. We're doing a fundraiser there this weekend or in 2 weeks. And he's just, and also have you ever hung out with him?
No. We've promises.
He
have been made.
is the most fun person to be out in the world with.
I take
talk
offense.
about
I
you.
take offense to that. Hold on. I'm actually.
When I talk about you guys, she's like, it reminds me so much
It
of like Guy and
reminds me
his
so
family.
much of like the way it is the best party on like. It's the best. Like I can't wait for Red Rock because I was like, I feel like this is like the comedian version of like the food world that we get to go hang out.
Yeah.
Like, no, I know.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. When you're at your best, you can do great things. Sometimes life gets you bogged down and you may feel overwhelmed, like you're not showing up in the way that you want to. Working with a therapist can help you get closer to the best version of yourself, because when you feel empowered, you're more prepared to take on everything life throws at you. Take it from someone who's been there. And I'm telling you, I've been in therapy for a very long time. The other day I was talking to Leanne about me being a maladaptive. I just take an idea and I think of the worst possible thing that can happen, and I can't figure out why I do it. And then when I do the thing, I feel better, and I literally said to her, I'm writing that word down, I'm going to talk about it in therapy. If you're thinking of giving therapy a try, BetterHelp is a great option. It's convenient, flexible, affordable, and entirely online. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime, no additional charge. If you want to live a more empowered life, therapy can get you there. Visit betterhelp.com/burning today to get yourself 10% off your first month. That's better, H-E-L-P. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/burning. A new year is full of possibilities, but when your e-commerce business is dealing with gift returns, late deliveries, and a mountain full of customer emails, you can feel stuck. ShipStation helps you get there faster, whether you run a side hustle or a giant warehouse. Keep customers happy and fulfill more orders than ever, all while cutting shipping costs and managing it from a single dashboard. And their best rates in the industry just got even better. With up to 86% off USPS and UPS rates, it's not a question of if you should switch to ShipStation, but why haven't you already? We love ShipStation. We've been using ShipStation for a long time, and we run a pretty big online store at BertBertBert.com. My wife runs all of it. One person runs all of it, and she does it with ShipStation. ShipStation effortlessly integrates everywhere. Whether you sell online, including Amazon, Etsy, eBay, Shopify, and more. Manage every order from one simple dashboard, automate routine shipping tasks, print shipping labels, and easily compare rates and delivery times to optimize every shipment. Over 130,000 companies have grown their e-commerce business with ShipStation, and 98% of companies that stick with ShipStation for a year become customers for life. Make the new year your best year and grow your business with ShipStation. Use promo code BURNING today at ShipStation.com to sign up for your free 60-day trial. That's ShipStation.com, and the promo code is BURNING. I should start probably cooking the guanciale. You cook guanciale on medium-low because you don't want to burn it. You want to soft cook it like bacon.
Because you want to render the
fat, and then you want to save some of it. You want to save some of the fat.
Right.
You want to chop it in thick chunks.
Yeah.
We want to save some of the fat, so you then can pour it into the sauce to kind of like glisten it, and then you take a little of that water. And then do you put the cheese goes in last?
So
don't worry, I'll ask you when we get there. do we have a good-looking pan and a good-looking? That's for the pasta, right?
Yeah.
And do we have?
Check in the drawer if there's any other pans besides this.
I got this one. This one's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's fine. Okay, you ready? Great. Oh, great! Something's burning question. This is when you know. This is when I show
Nothing's
you.
Burning.
Not yet. Trust me, not yet.
So we're no cook items.
Yeah, just made cookies. And they were bakeless cookies. I'm going to start the first question.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you two questions. You can't answer them both at the same time. You have to answer them in the way that I state them.
Wait. Am I allowed to think about the question, or I have to do it quickly?
Yeah,
You can think about it. You can think about it.
Hold on.
What sponsors would you like on your cooking show? Okay. Ooh. What products would you like to cook with in the kitchen? Like we have these Kamikoto knives. They're fucking fantastic. I would love a sponsorship by Allclad. I would love to do. I mean, I'm never gonna get a cooking sponsorship because no one watches me cook. It's this they watch. But more importantly, that's my first question.
Yeah.
What sponsors would you like to be tethered to on your own cooking show? And second part, why don't you have a cooking show?
Oh my God.
She just got emotional.
And you're like staring at me now.
Because you're one of the funnest people to hang out with.
Thank you.
And I was an old school Food Network fan.
Thank you.
Old school Food Network, and I love what they're doing now. I'm gonna get away with the baking shit, but because it's like it's like exact science. You put that much and that much. But
I had 2 shows come out this year. So
I'm not answering them in the order I asked them.
Okay, you're right.
But go ahead.
Well,
rule number 1.
Okay,
no. Answer them the way you want, and then
number 1. Okay, number 1 is who should be sponsoring.
You had a cooking show.
If I had a cooking
and they
show.
said wish list.
wish list.
You're getting tongs. Who you getting?
But does it have to be cooking items, or could it be any sponsor?
It could be any sponsor.
Yeah.
So I love like old school, like Le Creuset, and you know what I mean, and
we have one of those.
and
Le
and
Creuset is so badass.
I know. And so I feel like I just like the old, like, not cast irons. Yes, basically the old cast irons, the Dutch ovens,
Yes.
you know. I actually think a sleeper group is Analon. So I know that everyone wants to go all clad all the time.
Yeah.
And again, not sponsored, not friends, but like they've sent me a ton of products, and I've known them for so long because they used to give a ton of stuff for Top Chef. And Analon, that's everything that's at the house. I love Analon. I think Analon and all clad are kind of like heel and heel as far as I'm concerned.
I'm not going to cook while I listen because I want to listen. And when I cook, I don't listen.
No, you should. You should do both. I think that for me, that's who I would love. All the old school like pots and pans. I would love if there was a sponsorship there. You know what I mean? And a lot of times, here's the thing: for cooking shows, they absolutely do just give it to us. You know what I mean? And
They do?
100%.
How much is this? Is this a pound?
I'm gonna go with that. Could be probably less than. I'm gonna say a little less than that.
Sure. I should probably, if I'm doing one thing of pasta, I should go
What
half
does
of
it say?
this.
It should say on the outside how much it is.
No, it says. Oops, that's where I live.
Do you have a cutting board?
Yep.
There's one behind you there.
Not that I don't just like, cut on the counter too. But that looked like a really nice knife, and we didn't want to.
These are
And a
pretty
really nice
fucking.
counter.
What knives would you use if you could use any knife?
So, okay, now I can get into knife talking all
Oh, dude.
Here.
This is the number one thing.
out.
You're 24 years old. You just got married. You're moving into your house. Right now. You put these knives on your registry because these will be the knives you have for the rest of your life. I got really into knives.
What is
I
it?
got-
What do you
No,
like?
the ones you're about to talk about.
Well, I was going to talk about how people actually select the knife that they like.
Really?
So, because here's the thing, like, Lacie has very tiny little hands.
Oh no, here we go.
Look how tiny
She
Lacie's
gives me a hard
hands
time
are.
about my
Like,
tiny hands all the
She's
time.
got tiny little people hands. Look at that. Look at that, Bert.
You do have tiny little hands.
So what Lacie would deem like the right size knife is different than what I would deem the right, based
your
on just
monster hands?
for my monster hands, and honestly for my monster physique. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm larger, and so, like a smaller person needs, maybe an 8-inch, 10-inch. I go like straight 14-inch knife,
Yeah, she's
chef's knife. I like something heavier because I have bigger muscles, because Lacie trains me too. And so something that has a little bit of weight to it.
How much? That looks like a lot of guanciale, right?
That looks, are you going to keep it in the long strips, or are you going to cut it into like dice?
I was going to cut it in dices.
Oh,
Yeah. But is that enough, do you think?
I mean, I don't know how much money are you making, a pound of pasta?
Just a pound of pasta,
Yeah.
7 eggs.
I think it's 7 eggs. Oh.
So I'm going 7 eggs, 1 full egg.
So, question: are we getting
Did I steal this from the internet? Yeah.
are we getting like an egg on top for breakfast pasta, or just the fact
No,
that
we're
there's
just
egg in it?
we're just gonna make egg in it.
Oh, okay. That's exciting.
Gonna make egg in it. This is my favorite thing to eat in the world.
I love my Negroni.
But I'm really enjoying this, and I gotta get Leanne to try one. I feel like I put a little more guanciale in there.
I feel like you're gonna try one, then you're gonna try a lot in Italy because they're really.
I'm gonna try a lot.
Well,
of
so
Italy.
so here's the thing. So the Negroni is sort of the grown-up.
You're so good on this show. She should just host this show. Like, I'm asking why don't you have your own
So I was
show?
asking. So the other part to my question is, So Guy has actually been a huge advocate for me over the last 2 years. I hosted 2 shows this year on my own. Beachside Brawl came out. Competition shows.
Yeah.
Exactly. Guy and I hosted a show that's coming out in August called Guy's Ultimate Game Night, where basically we are doing like Pictionary and charades and all of the games that Hollywood Game Night had, but in the food world with all of like celebrities. So we did 10 episodes of that. So there's been a ton of stuff that's happened this year that hasn't necessarily been, especially with everything that's happened over the course of the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So I've worked more over the last year and a half doing some very, very strong, like in-your-face things that you're going to see before the end of the year. So hopefully I just continue on the trajectory.
Yeah, well, because
That's
you
what
should
I'm-
have your own cooking show.
Well, I appreciate
and that's
it.
when I start saying, like, the way this works, not to get too into the weeds about this, but I worked at Scripps for a long time, and Discovery as well for a period, and their business model is identical to this business model. And we've just I recreated what I went to, basically going to work in a travel channel was like going to grad school.
Right.
Because I watched amazing dudes. Greg Regis, the fucking baddest motherfucker in town. He'd be like, all right, this dude was fucking awesome. And I hope he hears this. I think he's head of all Discovery ad sales right now. And he pulled me up. And he'd go, Carnival Cruise, can we sell them? And I'd be like, yeah. And he'd be like, all right. And so we walk over at one of the upfronts and he'd be like, can I introduce you to Bert Kreischer? I said, hey, I'm Bert. What are you guys doing? They go, Carnival Cruise. I go, I fucking love Carnival Cruise. Are you shitting me? Dude, my wife's families, their whole family, their idea of a vacation is a Carnival Cruise. Here's what's amazing is that most people go, like, people on the coastal elites, they'll go, I want to go to the Amalfi Coast. The best cruise, the best thing you can get for your money is a Carnival Cruise. Everything you can eat, everything you can drink. Like, and then all of a sudden they'd be like, we got to do 2 episodes of Trip Flip. Greg would hit me on the shoulder. That's what I'm talking about. And then I just took that to this. Because I learned what I learned from Greg and Larry and all these great guys over at Travel Channel. At what point you could just do this on your own?
No, I know. I mean, God, I feel like this is a therapy session. I had half a Negroni and all.
But you're an interesting person. You're an amazing chef, and you're so knowledgeable about food. I mean,
I would hope so. Can you imagine if I came?
You make food. I think about. This is gonna sound creepy. I think about one mannequin I saw once a week. I saw this one mannequin, right? Just something that creeps into my head.
Where is this going?
It was in Portland, Maine. It was.
You haven't said this one.
I'm not. It was important. You guys know the mannequin I'm talking about. I brought this mannequin up. How many times have I brought this mannequin up?
We all know the mannequin.
I'm like,
I've talked about this fucking mannequin in Portland, Maine
with
lingerie that I think about once. Andrew, have I said it to you?
Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah, okay. I don't know where this was going.
mannequin.
Yeah, I know, but
Lingerie.
I don't know
You're
what
excited
I was. I
about
don't know where I was.
Somehow it had something to do with me and my career.
This mannequin with lingerie in Portland is the same as yours.
I can't wait to see how
compared
this.
to the mannequin.
No.
Yeah, wait to see where this is going.
I think about the layout of food you did, not just for my Greek show, but I think about the one when I was on my cleanse.
Oh my
And
God,
I couldn't
that was
eat,
the
and you
worst.
guys came over to watch Yellowstone,
Yeah.
and I was like, I remember looking at that going, one day.
Yeah, that spread was amazing, and you just sat there and watched us all eat it.
Talk about what's the dish you're known for at Scopa.
So, God, this is like choosing your favorite child. You know what I mean? There's one dish at Scopa that I should say. There's always one dish in every restaurant that I deem sort of like the dish that makes everyone understand the concept, if that makes sense. You know, it's built for everyone.
The pitch dish.
My pitch dish. It's my pitch dish. Yeah. So the ricotta crostini is the Scopa. We've had our friends like do little emojis where like it's a little brown bowl and there's little people that stand on the brown bowl and they're just like diving into the bowl of ricotta.
Because that's what you want to do.
Because that's exactly what we want to do. But it's the most simple dish, and it was the dish that I kind of like brought out to my business partners. I was like, this dish says everything about the restaurant that I want to create. This is the dish that tells you everything that you need to know.
It's your sizzle reel.
It's my sizzle reel. You can't get enough of it.
I know that. That was the one thing I saw when you guys put out the spread. The two things I wanted the most was your seafood salad, and that spread, because I remember Leanne just went, "Oh, ham hock, this is good."
That's not at all what she said.
Hey, pass me that pot, Stace. I need to boil water.
But here's the thing that Scopa does is that, so I'm from Long Island.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you know anyone else from Long Island. It's like
I do.
It's a very
Not a lot of people that live on Long Island keep that secret from you.
Right.
They're like, yeah, I'm from Long Island.
I actually make a joke that every event that I do, and this could be literally from like London to like Knoxville, Tennessee, there's always someone from Long Island in the audience.
Yeah.
Like it's like we're everywhere. It's a very different kind of Italian. So everything on the Scopa menu represents a version of this American Italian food that I think needs to be celebrated, right? And so there is no, how about this? There is no chicken parm in Italy. So don't expect to get it.
Yeah, not at all.
Well,
it doesn't exist.
That kind of ruins this vacation. It's my favorite thing to eat.
There is no rigatoni alla vodka in...
There's no vodka?
No. I mean, no, there's vodka, but like...
There's no vodka sauce.
But what I'm saying is it's a celebration of American Italian food, and that's what we do at Scopa. And so, but the ricotta crostini, getting back to that, was more sort of like I worked for Wolfgang Puck for 100 years.
Yeah, you've worked for some gangster-ass places.
I have.
She didn't sign an NDA. No, I'm kidding.
Well, Wolfgang,
how much salt do you put in water?
I should taste like the ocean. That's iodized, like, so that's going to be very salty.
Sea salt.
Yeah.
Okay, that should be good.
Yeah.
Okay.
That should be
Because
good.
I've oversalted.
Did you have an oversalt problem recently?
I had an oversalt problem.
Well, we'll taste it. So I'm a big fan of like making sure that your water, like I tell people all the time when I'm doing cooking classes, like taste your salted water. Don't just assume that it's salty.
What is HelloFresh? With HelloFresh, you get farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make cooking at home fun, easy, and affordable. That's why it's America's #1 meal delivery kit. You've got New Year's goals, and HelloFresh is here to help you achieve them. Skip the grocery store and take control of your time and budget with delicious recipes delivered right to your door. HelloFresh's Festive Fare collection features limited time recipes made with seasonal produce and premium proteins. Get out of the post-holiday slump with these elevated winter classics. Skip the snowy schlep to the grocery store and stock up on snacks, desserts, sides, and more at HelloFresh's Market. Simply add these staples and sweets to your weekly order, and they'll arrive at your doorstep with your meal. I love HelloFresh. My favorite part of HelloFresh is cooking with my kids. Georgia was just in town for the holidays, and we were cooking together as a family. Music's playing. I'm drinking a glass of wine. I think that's how you sell family life to anyone. That's family for you. And they gave it to me. Go to HelloFresh.com/burning22 and use code burning22 for 22 free meals plus free shipping. Go to HelloFresh.com/burning22 and use code burning22 for 22 free meals plus free shipping. America's #1 meal kit. Lacie, let's go through some, what do they call when you give, when you go like, remember you said like, if you want I can run through your, and it was like how much protein you get a day, how much carbs you get.
Your macros.
Macros.
Yeah.
So walk me through some great macros for the B-Man.
Well, calculating your macros is really more about just like what is your caloric intake going to be.
Mine's pretty hefty.
Yeah, I think somebody did it for you. Like you could do it based on what your weight you want it to be. So like the very general way of doing it, and this isn't really a good way of doing it, is just saying like, say you want to weigh what? What's a goal weight?
If I was 220, I'd be out of my wife's league.
Cool. So you want to
like she'd have to fantasize about me. She wouldn't get me. I'd walk around the house and go, no thanks.
So you'd want to like.
Wait,
wow. So I don't know if we're gonna do that for Leanne, but what?
I mean, she can shoot.
I was
going
going
to
ask him how much he weighs, and then I was like, do you
right now,
ask
no, I
him
don't give a
that?
shit. You can ask me.
Oh
you
yeah,
can
he
ask
talks
me.
about it all day, every day.
Yeah, I weigh 215. Do we have a strainer?
You do not weigh.
No,
Wait, I was like, so you want? I was like, so you want to gain 5 pounds?
Wow.
Do we have a strainer?
250.
No, I weighed 250. I weighed 250. I definitely weighed 250.
So like 2,200 calories would be your caloric intake for the day. And then how do we want to break that down? Well, because you are athletic and you move a lot, right? You want to be able to do a lot of stuff. You want to have like 100 to 150 grams of protein per day.
150 grams of protein.
So then based on what you're eating, you would calculate those calories, right?
Yeah.
Then we want to look at like what other health goals are. Nice, that was quite technique. And so we would, if we're trying to lose weight, we're probably going to lean
I think we're
towards
good here, right?
Oh yeah.
higher
right?
fat, higher protein diet. So then we would get into, what is our ratio of fat that we want to do? And how many carbs do we want to keep it under? If you were doing keto, which we talk about a lot, you would do really low carb, you would keep it under like 50 carbs a day.
What's 50 carbs? How much is?
Not a lot.
No.
It's barely any.
For real?
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
Yeah.
Okay, so we put this in here to let it get.
Can I have a bite of that?
Yeah, please, yeah.
Hot
We
off
put
the
that in
press.
there to make sure that it cools down. Because here's the thing: don't get greedy. If you put your eggs in there, which you're gonna have to do in a second, they'll cook it. So you gotta
Scrambled eggs.
Yeah, you have scrambled eggs, and then it'll be. All right, I'm gonna slow down my pasta. Right. Should I taste my salted water? Okay.
It's a universal, like, we don't even need to talk about it.
You just go,
Okay, we do a little stir, a little. Smells like a pool.
Is there chlorine in that?
It smells odd.
Well, you might have a saltwater
Kinda,
bowl.
did you guys clean that with like chlorine?
Maybe some bleach.
Are you drinking bleach right now?
It tastes like the ocean.
Like,
Maybe she should taste it. Maybe
Yeah, maybe you should taste it. I'll get you a new spoon. Because the one thing you do not want is over-salted pasta.
You made pasta recently, and one of your daughter's friends.
Well, first of all, I was drunk. What did she say?
She called it this. It's like I'm eating a pretzel.
Yeah.
No, it's great.
Oh yeah?
It's great.
All right.
Now
Perfect.
don't spill it. Careful. Amazing.
This is so enjoyable. I might have another.
You're a converted Campari drinker.
Now a Negroni friend.
The thing is, it's like is if you go to, I want this to.
So
cool
you
down.
didn't like the spritz, right? That's what you're saying. You didn't
No,
like the Campari soda?
hang on. I got to be honest with you. I think I was wrong. Let's make a spritz real quick.
Great.
What do we
Those
do?
glasses in the middle.
These?
Yep.
No.
Yep. Do you have champagne?
No, I can find it. Hey, Pete, soft pitch, okay? What if you dressed in a Speedo for all these episodes and made cocktails off to the side? That way we appeal to all the people. Little eye candy, right? Get you a Viagra. Everyone's like, I think he's got a wad on him. Okay, inappropriate,
the sunburn will look
inappropriate. It's comedy. We're all in a safe place right here.
Prosecco or sparkling ice?
Prosecco, because it's Italian.
By the way, I will say this, hands down, without a doubt, one of the best fucking Proseccos I've ever had.
Wait, so you also need a
soda water?
Sparkling, yeah. A sparkling.
I got it.
Okay, great.
Can I already tell you that my brain's going, so I'm going to
you
get a
do
pause
ice,
off
and you
this.
do ice.
Okay.
So this
You
is
sure
an
you don't
ice-
want to use these tall daddies?
Yeah.
So this is a nice. So it's essentially again equal parts. It would be the Campari, the Prosecco, and then soda water.
Here we go.
But this is the thing
watch
that I
your
do with
style.
Zaya. I mean Zaya, you're Lacie.
It's just a-
not my 22-year-old child. Ooh,
That was pretty perfect.
that was beautiful.
Like you've done it a lot.
Here, I'll let you do this.
Okay, we'll do
We
the
need
ice
ice.
first.
Ice, baby. Ice. He used to work over at Scripps.
He's also a huge foodie as well. I've done a couple of cooking shows with him.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Run away.
He's like, I don't want to be in this for it.
I don't want to do a spritz.
So we'll do the Campari first. So good. So good.
All right.
This is Lacie. So this is Lacie on Friday night when the whole week is over.
Ooh, go get Leanne. Let's make a fourth one for Leanne,
Yeah.
and then we'll go. We should have these in Italy.
That's
And
all
that
you
way,
should drink in
That way
Italy.
we're drinking at breakfast.
That's all you're drinking in Italy.
Okay, so here's the thing. Can I
You're
talk
gonna
to
cook the pasta.
What? Oh, I gotta cook the pasta. I'm fucking backed up over here.
He's
Too much. It's too much.
This is what
If we had read it, we'll go say it.
in the weeds. This would be you.
You're in the weeds.
You're
yeah.
in the weeds.
Your table's like, where's
Yeah.
our dinner?
I'm not winning a competition here.
Wait, so what did you make on Guys Grocery Games? Do you remember the dish?
10 grand?
No, what did you?
Yeah, you did.
Oops.
Yeah, you did.
What dish did you make?
I don't remember really. I remember I made like a meat sandwich that I undercooked the
Thank God. Just thank God.
what?
You didn't break
We're
it.
not
I
breaking.
didn't break them. I like long noodles.
As should everyone in the world.
I like razzle dazzle in life. Let me explain something.
Razzle dazzle.
I like. I'm just waiting for them to
I like
slide
that
in.
technique.
Okay, Leanne.
Yeah.
Oh, she brought the pepper too. Thank you. So I don't need to introduce anyone. I just want everyone to know. Leanne knows everyone. Leanne, come over here. I want you to try a spritzer. This is what we're gonna have every morning.
This is in honor of Italy.
Yeah.
In
Hi,
honor of
ladies.
Italy.
Hi.
Yeah. Just shoot her from here up, okay?
What a jerk.
Do you have a dick? Or do you have a mic on you? I'm so
Excuse
sorry.
me.
I meant
Smack
to
him.
say if you have a mic on her. He does have a mic.
I do.
Okay,
I
good,
do.
good.
I do not have a dick.
Sorry, I think I'm.
We didn't
I
think
think
that.
you are my dick.
None of
Yes.
you got one right there.
The moment, right?
If I weighed 220 pounds, how much more would you want me sexually?
What? None. What do you mean? I
Well,
love you
good,
just the
'cause
way
you can't
are.
get it. All right, we're getting
Can I
close.
have
So-
orange?
George, yeah, please.
This looks very refreshing.
This is gonna be your drink in Italy.
And I'm so
Here,
dumb. I
Leanne,
was
scoot
like,
over, scoot over.
I'm
just
so
this way.
dumb. I was like, why are there four?
For you.
Durr.
So Antonia and I went to we tried to ice bath in Italy.
I'm
by-
sorry. I
make sure.
can't
So sorry, so
hear you.
sorry.
Yeah. Is that
Hey,
right?
Lacie, Stacy, 7 yolks, 1 full yolk, right?
Thank you.
1 full egg, is that the thing? Are you sure?
Yeah.
You're looking at it?
So the only thing you need to know about Italy is you just say ciao to everything.
Ciao.
Yes.
Ciao.
Like this.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao. No,
Ciao!
no ciao bella. Just ciao.
Just
Ciao.
say
Yeah, say ciao bella to everyone, Leanne. Hey,
I don't know what that means,
So
so
this is,
ciao.
tell me if you like this drink.
Yes.
Ooh, this is us in Italy.
Yeah, it's
is
really
Italy.
good.
Me and you.
10 o'clock in the morning.
10 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have coffee and then we'll go, ooh, that was a little too much coffee.
Cappuccino.
Cappuccino and espresso.
Well, espresso, it's just espresso.
Hey, mama, can I get a little pop of spritz, Okay.
They're gonna be like,
lot of
what?
Please record that.
Don't
Can
do
you
that.
please don't?
We're not gonna do that.
What?
No.
I like that a
Right?
lot.
It's
I'm
like-
starting to
it's so
fucking love
refreshing.
It's
Campari.
like bubbly high C.
Yeah,
it
it's
really
awesome.
is. Yeah.
Now, when you want to take your spritz because it's so hot during the day to the next level,
Yeah.
you order the spritz, but then you just ask them for a shot of gin and you throw the gin into that.
Amazing.
Into this.
And then you
Into
have
that.
a Negroni, but it's like a sparkling.
yeah.
And then you find me on a street corner being like, this
And
guy
then-
told me to watch
yeah.
his surfboard. I
Then
can't
you
shop
go-
with you.
Then you go shopping with Antonia, and I'm like speed shopping, and she's like, I'll just be outside, and I come out, and she's like sitting on the ground, like in Rome, like on the curb. And then she's like, we can't go anywhere. I'm watching this guy's surfboard.
I'm listening to this like story right now, but then secretly I'm listening Bert go 4. He was like 3. I was like, wait, is he counting?
Yes. Yes.
So you know what's a really good way that you can also remember?
What?
Look at the empty spot.
Empty shell. Empty shell.
Tip.
See all the
Pro
empty
tip. Pro
Chef tip of the day. Tip of the day.
Because I
Do
get
you,
it.
do you
I
do,
get it.
do you
I
do
get
egg
it.
yolks with your hands like a real chef, or
No,
with
that's right. It's
the?
exactly what you're doing
Real
right now. It's
chef.
amazing. You saved that. 5.
That's 6, 7 yolks and 1 full egg, right, Stace? Let me say it, take it from the top. 7 yolks with 1 full egg.
8. No.
Here, Liam,
Okay.
just stir that for me.
I'm gonna. I love it. She's like, oh, Leanne, we're fucking this up. Give
Yeah.
now.
You just want to make sure it doesn't stick.
So,
It's already sticking.
Just give it a little stir.
It's,
and so we need,
bottom. I don't know
little
what
bit.
you just slanged all over
It's
my
egg
leg.
yolk.
but-
It's just
Egg
egg
yolk
yolk.
here.
Don't worry.
Egg yolk.
It's just salmonella.
yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna
It's
just
protein,
wipe
it's protein.
the leg. That's pretty gross.
Yeah, sorry.
So do you really like the spritz though? Because
I do.
I fucking
Campari,
love it.
It's one of those. It's one of those things with Campari that it's an acquired taste, right? So it can be medicinal, like in flavor. There's like this strong like licorice, which is like black licorice, anise flavor that people don't tend to like. And at the beginning of this, I looked at Bert and I said, "It's an acquired taste." He's like, "Rah, rah, rah," right?
Yep.
That doesn't sound like me. Hey.
And then he had the Negroni, and then cut 2. He's like, "This is delicious. Drink the whole thing."
Bert,
What? Am I doing it
you're
again?
slinging shit all over me.
Sorry, I'm a
Egg
squirter.
everywhere.
I'm so fucking. Have you ever had? You've never had my carbonara, have you?
I would be
God,
shocked,
I have no
actually.
idea.
How would you have avoided it?
I don't know because he doesn't
It's
share.
like, I don't. I was not in a sharing place when I was doing this.
So you were just making
I'm
breakfast,
making it for
breakfast
me.
pasta.
I was
He was
making it
like
for
this.
me.
Wait, so then
Get
do you
away from my
add? So do
breakfast
you add the
pasta.
cheese to
But
that?
also, you were like,
You're telling
I'm not
me.
gonna eat
I
that.
don't
no,
know.
it's your
So
carbonara.
this is what I do.
It's a little too heavy for breakfast.
Yeah, it's a lot for
Right,
breakfast.
what I do is I cook this, then I add this, and I stir aggressively. I then.
Yeah, but I can't because he's got to get here to cook.
It's okay.
And he's also squirting on her leg.
Yeah. So
Yeah, there
look
you
how
go.
much
there you go.
bigger I am.
Getting close, getting close. Yeah.
This is like. I mean, this is. Do we look like a Norman Rockwell painting? Stare at that camera.
Yeah, you do.
Hardly.
America.
This is the American dream right here.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you know, you
It
both.
really is.
Yeah, I can't wait to get old with this lady.
Aww.
Well, she's the one that
Isn't
brings
that
it up all the
sweet?
time, and now I have to buy into the fucking dream. She's like, every time she sees an old
It is very
couple
sweet.
walking down the beach, she's like, oh, look at them, that's us.
Yes.
Oh,
Dude's
we-
pissing
we
his pants,
saw-
and she's got a walker. I go, the fuck?
No, we saw these 2 people at the park on matching scooters.
Oh.
They're little, what are those things called?
Yeah,
the
yeah,
get
like
abouts
the-
or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah,
You know,
Get-abouts.
they were like.
Oh, like the hover around thing?
No,
Yes.
the thing I fell off of in Amsterdam. The
No, I don't think they mean a Segway.
oh.
That's dangerous.
Not a second.
That would be dangerous.
Not-
for the whole
not-
Two
trip.
octogenarians flying down. Brenda!
I was like,
Broken
whoa.
hip.
You mean
No.
like a little rascal?
Like this rascal,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
They were on matching rascals following each other in the park, and I was like, that's us, babe.
You saw it here. I'm gonna drain it, then I'm going in here. Oh, I'm gonna reserve water! Everyone forgets to reserve
Look at
water.
that, look at that.
Everyone forgets to reserve water. How many times have we cooked a HelloFresh, Leanne, and you're like, fuck, I didn't reserve the goddamn water?
A million.
So the water. So the best part about it is you're going to use that fat too. Don't forget, you're going to put that fat in there too.
Probably like a half a cup is good.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
fat?
The fat from there.
Oh, yeah.
That was not
So
meant to
good.
be held like that.
Burning? Something's burning and it's your hands.
No, it just was not a very sturdy. Did I just turn on another fucking
Yes, you
thing?
did.
God
Yes,
damn
you
it.
did. Take a deep
Okay,
breath.
Oh,
so
I like that.
So now we've got our fat, we've got our water, we've got our pasta. Pasta goes immediately into here, correct?
I mean,
We get rid of these. Is it too hot?
no.
Okay, okay. get rid of this
gotta
bad
cook
bitch.
that somewhat,
We
doesn't
take
it?
this bad
Maybe
boy.
give it a little fluff, so a
Give it a
little bit
little
of steam
fluff?
comes out. Yeah, so a
Yeah.
little bit
Oh
of steam
yeah.
comes out.
Oh.
You know what you could do too is like get plates for us.
There's people in Leanne, and my sous chef. What if I started doing
My
this show with
sous
Leanne, and I called it Your Mom's Kitchen?
Oh.
Get it? Your mom's house.
Your mom.
Oh. This right now, dudes on keto are like, come on, man, change the
It
channel.
looks so good.
So do I dump it in or bring it in slowly?
That's up to you.
I think we just go slowly because I'm gonna go
Right
slow.
on your plate.
Put it over this side, maybe?
Okay, let's go over here. Let's do it over here. Okay, let's get rid of this fucking thing.
That's mine.
Okay.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
So you're now a Campari converted drinker.
I am. I'm in.
Just
So a
in
lot
time
that's
for me.
happened in the last hour.
You
Just
know,
in
it's
time.
been
Yeah.
revolutionary.
Just in time for
And
me.
I wasn't even here, so I'm just
Here you are.
speculating.
Here you are.
All right.
Here I am.
You joined us at the exact right time. Look at that.
And by the way, the whole pound of pasta, right?
I mean, I think you're good where
I
you are
don't
with
think
like
so.
the
I
bacon.
think
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
You think so?
Here, here.
And then we're gonna pour a little bit of this in there.
I would do
Do you
your,
need it?
I don't think you need it. I think
Real?
you would go a little bit of your fat, and let me
Okay.
give you your cheese.
We'll go
because this is the
with
most
the
important.
fat. I'm gonna do
So-
that much. Is that good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have this whole like thing with cheese where it's like, don't let a recipe dictate how much cheese you put on shit. You feel that with your heart.
Well, my heart. I just got my test back from the hospital. I hope.
Cheese heart healthy.
So then, how much do you put in?
I mean,
Go.
I would put
handed.
the majority
Heavy
of that.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
put the majority of that. Oh my.
So that's now going to suck all the liquid that you have.
And that's why you need
And
some
that's
of
why
the
you need
water.
some of the pasta water, exactly. So even you want it wetter than you think.
Really?
No God. Yeah.
I can't wait.
You could do a little pasta water. Yeah, do it.
I love that you're doing what I do when she drives.
Oh, when I
I'm
drive
sorry. I was
and when
really.
I cook
I want to
and
say when you
everything.
invited me here today, I was like, you're not going to tell. You're not going to.
She kept being like, am I going to cook? I'm not
Well, I
going to
just,
cook.
you
Am
know,
I
I
gonna
don't
cook?
want
He's
to.
like,
And set it on the stove to do that, so we
Yeah.
can have a better shot of.
It looks delicious.
Wow.
This looks
It looks so good.
really good.
It looks so good.
You think I'm good with the pasta water, the fat, and the cheese?
Yeah. I mean, do you want me to stick my finger in there?
Yeah.
Chef says.
Dun, 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 dun.
That's really good.
Yeah. Give me a plate.
Yeah.
Now,
I would do like a little bit more pasta water because it's gonna get tacky,
okay.
but it's good.
Oh yeah, pepper.
I mean,
Oh, I didn't bring the grinder. I'm sorry. I have a pepper grinder.
can I tell you like the salt content on it is like, oh, there you go.
Perfect.
It's like perfect.
Really?
It's so good.
That's a great thing to hear from a chef. So Donnell Rollins, on an episode of Something's Burning, I don't want to go too big,
That's okay.
said make sure to go 360 on those bitches. And what he meant is take it,
Ooh.
spin this 360.
Look at that.
Plating.
Holy smokes! Get the man a pair of tweezers.
Make sure to go 360 on those bitches.
That is
Beautiful.
gorgeous.
Is that not fucking great?
Oh
and then
my
maybe
God.
just a little.
Absolutely.
Sprinkle. Wow.
That's so good.
That is.
No spoon.
By the way-
That's like illegal.
I'm being real right
Is
now.
it?
That's
Sorry.
illegal.
I'm being
My
real
bad.
right now. This is way.
Gorgeous.
This is way sexier than a penis.
I mean,
It's pretty.
okay.
Okay. Yes. She's gonna go with yes.
No, that's gorgeous, Bert. Like literally, that's what you would see like plated in a restaurant right there.
On Top
That's
Chef, they'd be doing like the
gorgeous.
slow-mo
Yeah, it is.
pan.
It
out
really
of it.
is.
Yeah.
So are you gonna do like a judging of it though? Like
No,
give us,
not
like,
it. No.
What the fuck are you laughing at?
Round two wasn't as good.
Round 2 wasn't as good.
No,
but that's
it still
Leanne's.
looks
Here you go,
really
Leanne.
good.
Thanks, babe. Love you too.
All right, Lacie. Lots of protein.
Give
for
her
Lacie.
all of the pasta. Give Lacie the biggest.
No.
Yes, give her the biggest plate of pasta right now.
Oh,
This is what
Lacie.
you should know about Lacie. She's so disciplined, but she wants all that right
Secretly,
now.
I
She
want all of
secretly
it,
wants
yeah.
all of that right
Heck
now.
And then here, give her a
Don't
little
look at that,
extra
look at
razzle
that.
dazzle. Little extra razzle dazzle.
Tomorrow I'm gonna be like, okay, Bert,
She calls that like
Pasta
pasta
loaded.
face, where she's
you're gonna need
pasta.
to just do this workout. Say what?
Pasta face.
Oh,
Here you
pizza
go.
face.
Pizza face.
Yeah, I'll get pizza
And then I'll
face.
make
that's
one
why.
for myself.
It's so beautiful.
Both of these things will give me pizza face.
I love the. I wish
Oh
that.
yeah,
Just like
like bloat.
This actually feels like we're back in Rome.
it does, right?
This feels like we're back in Rome.
I
right
feel
now.
like we're kicking off another spritz season right
I
now.
know.
Go
You know,
360 on those
we're going to
bitches.
England in like 2 weeks, Lacie and I.
Yeah.
Are you really?
Yes, we're visiting a friend.
Does
who's
anyone
gonna
want
play.
extra guanciale?
I mean,
Who doesn't? Everyone does.
It looks beautiful, Bert.
Leanne is gorgeous.
I got you. All right, we're good. We're good. All right, I'm gonna
Oh,
put
we're
this off
good.
to the side. I'm gonna throw some on mine.
And And ciao.
You guys,
Ciao.
are you guys?
Ciao.
Yeah.
Ciao.
Hey!
Ciao.
Hold on, do that, Leanne.
Ciao.
Will you do that again? I was talking. Will you do that again? All right.
And ciao.
Ciao.
Hey! Ciao! Ciao, Bella! Hey!
The best part of ciao is that you can use it in any
Anything.
scenario in Italy. Like something goes wrong, you're like ciao, and it's just like.
Wait, are we allowed
That
to
is
eat
the
this?
one problem with being a Vietnamese person traveling through Italy. They're like, ciao, and she's like, huh?
Huh?
Who?
Our friend Chow?
Yes.
Okay,
We
never
got
mind.
it.
Never mind.
We got it.
All right.
You mean Rambo?
Rambo.
Yep. Yep. Okay. Let's go.
I'm so
Leanne,
excited
you
right
try it?
now. It's the pasta pole right here.
It's like we're back at Rostiolo.
With a little guanciale, a little spin.
Smoky.
Yeah,
I like it.
That's really good.
That is great.
It's good.
Say that again.
Well,
That's so good.
Yeah, it's really
Give
good.
us like a chef judging. Like how would you describe this?
pretend it's guys' grocery games.
Yeah. Pretend like you're judging.
And I'm standing up there.
I would say to you, Bert Kreischer, that this is like damn near perfect.
Wow.
Really. And I would say like very rare, like very, very rarely am I speechless in like any kind of critique, but like going piece by piece, perfect al dente on the pasta that's seasoned all the way through.
The pasta really does have a nice texture.
So much texture, and it's exactly how it actually should be. When you eat al dente, you should bite into it and you should feel it, but you shouldn't have to lick it off the back of your teeth. And if you have to lick it off the back of your teeth, that means raw. That's not where this is. This is like a perfect bite. The guanciale has a perfect chunk, and it is like beautifully rendered. So there's a chewiness to the fat that should be there. But for me, the win on this is like the creaminess of the sauce through the egg yolk and that pecorino. That was perfect. And I love that you stopped and you didn't add all of it, because you added more of it, you wouldn't have had that consistency and that tackiness and that stickiness to the pasta.
Well, it's the beauty of cooking with a expert chef.
Oh,
And you go, hey, are these done?
You can just phone a friend sometimes. People like FaceTime her all the time. Like, so how do I?
I did nothing here.
It's so
I don't
fucking
shame
good.
people.
No, you don't.
She
Gregory?
works out with me.
I do shame people though.
Yeah.
Within our house, I shame.
Dude,
People.
it's so
Yeah.
good.
We have cookies.
Oh yeah, we forgot about the cookies.
I made cookies.
I didn't forget about the cookies.
You made cookies?
Yeah.
We make cookies.
Here's the beautiful thing about working with a chef is that like, so like if I made this, I would have made it in this pint glass. I would have told you, I actually almost told you this is a mistake. This is too small. This is the perfect size for that drink.
Yeah. Because if you go too heavy with a Campari, or it melts down,
Right,
then
your
it
ice
becomes
is
like a syrup, like a cough
Right.
syrup.
What do you mean?
Like if you did a really huge drink of this, and
It
this
melts.
became flat, and the ice
Yeah.
melted, then you would end up with like a cough
Watered
syrup.
down.
Yeah.
Let's see how these
Listen.
turn out. Ooh,
Wow.
look at this.
You
Do
taught
these
me
not
well.
look fucking great?
What are they?
I don't know.
It's a Rice Krispie
Yeah.
treat, but with oatmeal.
Oh.
Basically, yeah.
Well, wait, is it a
Those are
no-bake
them.
cookie?
It's a no-bake cookie.
Oh, I made those my whole childhood.
They're really good.
They're really good.
Guys, I'm going to be coming over here. Is that okay with
Say, I'm
everyone?
not eating.
What story
Yeah,
should I
I'm
tell?
not
Do you guys want
eating
to give me
for the
fucking
rest
notes?
So good.
And then not eating for the rest
I'm
of the
gonna-
day is not great.
Coach an ice bath sauna right after this. I'm gonna be like, hey.
Oh, did I tell you guys about the rom-com I wrote?
Really? Did you really?
Yeah.
I love rom-com. Those are
Oh,
my favorite.
you're gonna love this one.
Okay.
It's a little derivative. You might have heard of this before, but guy and girl meet online, right?
Mm-hmm.
They start DMing back and forth, never met each other.
Mm.
They finally meet in person, and he finds out she's transgendered. It's called You've Got Mail.
I knew that was coming. So.
Boom.
I know.
Every
I've heard it about
fucking
80 times.
episode.
I've heard it a bunch of times.
That's so good.
I was actually like, how long is it gonna take her to get this joke?
No, I actually was like, this sounds like that Meg Ryan, Tom Hanks
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Very similar. Very similar.
That's already been done.
I don't think we need to pull every one of these off, but might as well. Fuck it.
You should plate it.
What do we think? Is that a good plating?
It's beautiful. It's like a sun.
Ciao.
And then
Ciao.
we'll each
Ciao.
have one, and we have three
Exactly.
more to
Ciao.
take from. Does everyone listen to me?
Yeah.
For the beauties, we have 3 more to take from. All right, so let's try these
We need
dessert.
cookies?
Yeah, because we're all health conscious, I'm gonna cut 1 in 4.
Okay, good. Smart.
I love
We
it.
just ate a
Yeah.
whole bowl of carbonara. And
But
you're worried
now
about
we're
the
being
no-bake
healthy.
cookie?
We're being healthy about
Let's
the
see.
The
sugar
sugar?
part. For the record, this is all sugar.
I was gonna say, I just had 2 cocktails.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bad.
Very rich.
Oh, wow.
This takes me back to like my lunchbox for my mom in the morning.
Well, I want to thank both of you for doing this, and it was a little bit last minute, but
No, it was
this
so
was
fun.
So much
a
fun.
fantastic episode.
So good.
fun.
Cheers.
I would cheers, but I've drinking all the
Ciao.
cocktails.
Oh, yeah, that's what.
Me
Yeah.
too, me too.
I'll drink.
Ciao.
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 Ciao. Ciao.
Say
You guys are gonna
ciao.
have the best time in it.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
I
I
can't
wait.
wait.
Have it.
Best sex too.
Something's burning.
This episode was brought to you by The Machine.